tonight. We have just done our Keystone Anthology, which many of you exist inside this book. As you know, we are devoted to the ephemeral. People come up here and a poem is not a thing in a book. It's somebody's breath upon the microphone, somebody's saliva entering into the microphone. It's the here and now that's going, God, that was a great poem, I wish I could hear that again. And so it's all about poetry being oral. It's you speak it, this is the little private, your own little private theatre, and you move around in this, and that's where you exist. So I shall be reading my own little private theatre of heartbreak in a minute, if I can bear to do it. But then at some stage we think, wouldn't it be great to capture all those voices, coalesce them back into print, and then we just do it like a little flick book, and all the poets come back out again with their voices like that. So, it's cool, and then we get them back up, and then we turn them back into voices again. People used to always say page or stage. How many people believe in page or stage for poetry? For me, poetry was always a herd thing. I was dyslexic when I was small, and so I couldn't read anyway. So my books were living books. There were people, my dad, my sister, and I'd go around and they'd say things to me. Oh, it's W.B. Yeats' 150th anniversary at the moment. It's also Joyce Day, Bloomsbury Day today. But I remember the first time that I heard Come Away, O Human Child, the Waters in the Wild. I was 6 going on 7. I was curled up into my big sister Junie. There was a violent storm outside, possibly the first violent storm that I ever remember. There's probably was storms before, but this is the one that I actually remember. And she was not reading to me, she was telling me, reciting, Come Away, O Human Child. That was the first time, hey kid,
hey buddy,
I ever saw the sound of W.B. Yeats. And my sister said, Come away, O human child. And the storm outside went, and I thought, my God, that's the power of poetry. To the waters and the wild. And I thought, good grief. I thought poetry was going to do that all the time. So there isn't a storm, but there's an emotional storm inside me whenever I hear those lines. So I'm going to kick off, just to get us going. We have our new resident Got here. He shall come to the Penguin of Love, and he shall pick up a card. The card have different animals on it. Not yet, Mr. Gott. And he shall pick it out, and you might be Mr. Whale, or Mr. Yeti, or Miss Yeti, and if he calls that out, I shall reveal who Miss Yeti is. Okay? Now, Elaine, this probably doesn't refer to you, but were you ever in a position where you had to get 3 pieces of coursework in, time was running out, there was a poetry gig to go to, but you had to get the essay? You ever in that situation, no?
Yeah.
Oh, you are, right, okay. So, this is called Hamlet at the World Cup. I had all this stuff to do. I was very bad at computers. The only computer I could have was one where 20 people came in and you had to wait 4 hours for somebody to finish their essay, and then I'd get on and I'd start typing right away. And I was doing that, and there was this little old gentleman. He was on a stick, and he was about 96, and something wasn't happening. His printer wasn't printing out his essay. So he went over to the thing here, and he's turned off the switch and on the switch, and all the computers around the room went dead, 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 dead. And he said, oh, did I do something wrong? And he went, no. So I don't know if you've ever been there. Anyway, what happens is you're trying to do Hamlet, say, and the outside world bleeds in to the Hamlet that you're doing. There was a World Cup on, and you know what England always do in the World Cup? Yes, they get to the quarterfinals, yes, they lose on penalties, yeah, and all that. But I didn't have time to watch the match because I had to study Hamlet and I was busy doing it. But then suddenly, I thought, what would Hamlet do if he had to take a penalty at the World Cup? So suddenly, I've got the wrong person. Like Macbeth was the usual penalty taker, but he'd been sent off for slaughtering the defence early on. And then Titus Andronicus got thrown off as well. So England were down to 10 men, and there was a penalty, and this is Hamlet coming up to take the penalty for England. Possibly the worst person to take a penalty. Decisions. Hamlet at the World Cup. It goes, as it always goes, to penalties. A chorus of "oh noes" rises from the fans like winter breath from cattle. Hamlet places it, steps back to take it, and "do it, England!" The fanatic fans chant, "Do it, England!" Hamlet thinks, no, Hamlet, don't think. But alas, it's too late. He has already tongued. If it be now, 'tis not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. Don't the fans think, just do it. The thoughts sprout from his great big noggin like a cartoon speech bubble. If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all. Hamlet runs up to the waiting ball. Hamlet hushes his thought processes, strikes the ball with his right foot, and to be or no! After that comma, that negative sentence, not to be, jeered the rival fans. Get they do not array. Hamlet ends it all with a bare bodkin. Dies. Football is not, as Shankly so succinctly put it, a matter of life and death. It's much, much more important than that. The rest is silence. Thank you. Now, as well as the problems of trying to get 3 pieces of coursework in the final week and write your dissertation at the same time, it is very bad form if you break up with your girlfriend of 5 years. This is the wrong time for that to happen. And that's what happened. I was now no more interested in my coursework. I didn't care about my degree. I was in bits. I didn't exist. And that's just when you have to pull it all together. So this is called the patron saint of plague. Hugh, you look like a chap who wouldn't know this. Do you know who the patron saint of beekeepers is?
No.
Claire, we're doing patron saints of now. Patron saint of venting.
Nope.
Mr. God, surely, wife, you know the patron saint of epilepsy. Ray, don't laugh. Just because he got it wrong. Ray, patron saint of plague. See how desperate we guess? The patron saint of plague is your old friend, Saint Valentine. And he's also the patron saint of vaping, epilepsy and beekeepers as well too. I remember gazing into the eyes of Saint Valentine. Well, when I say gazing into the eyes of Saint Valentine, I mean gazing into the eye sockets of Saint Valentine. We were in Rome, and they have Saint Valentine's skull in a gaudy, goldy, icony box. And he's and you look into his eyes and you think, it turns you off St. Valentine's Day. And of course, what happens when you break up with your girlfriend and you got 3 pieces of coursework again and your destination to do? Yes, St. Valentine's Day comes around. Alright, okay. So this is called the patron saint of plague. Sorry, these are all new poems, so they're still very shy of me. I tried to hide behind my back and I've got to pull them out and put them back here again. So. Patron saint of plague. So, this is sadness, is it? Everything and nothing at the one and the same time, simultaneously even. Grief smells like loss, but then loss smells like grief. Anger tastes like biting the tip of one's tongue, blood flecked across front teeth. You are present only by your absence. Your absence much, much more realer than your presence. Time unpicks me, unstitches me, and I fall apart at the seams. Happy Valentine's Day, someone says. Don't make me laugh. I bah humbug it, get my festivities in a twist. It was the worst of times, it is the worst of times. I have become the statue of mine own unhappiness, crying pigeon-shit tears as lovers kiss beneath my plinth. Clink, clank, clank. The ghost of you returning to haunt me in a cliche, the memories of time past. Humbug! We exchange the one humbug with a kiss and a kiss until the kiss resolves it, dissolves it. No, no more memory, no more. I, the very Scrooge of love, the early spring decorating itself with the laughter of children. Thank you. Same time, same lady, and I was trying to do my work. I was trying to be as good as Elaine Stabler, but that's stupid because nobody can be as good as Elaine Stabler. And I was working on my Hamlet and 12th Night and everything like that. It was my Brixton days, and this souped up car came by us, and they were playing Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five louder than as if you were at a concert. And I had all the doors closed, the windows closed, but still it came through. And all I could hear suddenly, you know, I was going to be or not to be, and then suddenly it was, don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle out there. Sometimes I wonder how I keep from going under. And I was thinking, yeah, that's just what it's all about for me at the moment. So this is called, Yo, the food of love, bro. I sample her smile, just the basic riff of it. Scatter the first few notes of her laughter across a backbeat and transpose it to a string thing. Then the synths come in and then the drums kick in and I remix her and remix her. Okay, yo, Memory, my main man, play her back for me. Just one more 1,000th time. And Memory gives her back to me, like a hologram on the Star Trek deck. I have her and I have her not. Yo, bro, no more. It's not as sweet now as it was before. Da 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 dee da 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 da. And the rain, it raineth every day. Thank you. Now, I happened to be Ireland's first poet in residence in the secondary school, Dónall, for my travel. And they used to outsource me to, in the morning, to the Boy Scouts. So all my poems of love and sex and death had to change drastically to accommodate 11 and 9-year-old Boy Scouts. And then in the afternoon, they'd outsource me to the old folks' home. And I would, again, think, oh, will I read the poem about making love to the night dress? I think, oh. And I asked the little old ladies if I could do that, and they said, oh, yes, dear. I've often been in a night dress and out of a night dress quicker than you can say that. And I go, all right, I want to know. And so I'm reading it very well. And then, because I was talking about my love life, and all the poems were about love and loss and grief and everything like that, all the little old ladies then wanted to tell me of their love lives when they was gals in their 20s, back in the 30s and 40s. And the sad thing was, they had better love lives than I would ever have. And they told me of things like skinny dipping in the South China Sea, just missing the fall of Singapore, ephemera such as that. And this is Mabel, and Mabel had brilliantly white hair, and she used to shake it with a gesture every time she spoke like that, and she's going to tell me about her first kiss. So, this is called, Well, Kiss My Popliteal Fossa. Hugh, do you, Hugh, know where your popliteal fossa is?
No.
Let me put this another way. Have you ever been kissed on your popliteal fossa here?
I've been kissed in most places.
All over. You've been kissed all over in Shropshire, Tyrone, New York.
Even Bracknell.
Even Bracknell.
Not many people go there.
Don't mention something. I need a volunteer from the audience, please. You, miss. Can you come to the stage, please, Elaine? Now, with my human prop, Elaine, I will demonstrate the popliteal fossa of the female anatomy. Now, as you can see, Elaine is already showing off her patellas, which are the knees here and here. Quite nice knees. Don't get me wrong, when I say patellas, you know, fellas have patellas as well. It's not just a girl thing. Could you turn around, Elaine? Now, as you can see, Elaine is now quite blatantly displaying her popliteal fossas, which are, as everybody knows, of course, this here and here. These little depressions here, sorry, she's very ticklish, are the popliteal fossa, commonly known as the back of the knees. Thank you. And now, for this poem, you've got to pretend that I am Mabel. Okay? And it's called, Well, Kiss My Popliteal Fossa. I remember the golden tassels of my dress touching the back of my knees as I was kissed for the very first time, bent over in a clinch as if we were statuary. The tassels touch exquisite in itself, much more sensual than the actual awkward kiss, as I wondered, his tongue dancing with my tonsils, if there was a name for that sort of thing. The back of the knees, I mean. Okay, Freddie, I commanded, seeing as I seem to be in command here. That's quite enough of that. Shattered, he reluctantly took his tongue out of my cheek. Cheeky bugger, I thought, should never have let him go that far. Crestfallen, he stammered a sorry. You won't tell my mother, will you? Hiding his erection with his tupper. I went in at once and asked of father. Father, is there a name for the back of the knees? Of course there is, my love. It's your popliteal fossa. I tingled to my toes, having discovered my first erogenous zone and known that one day I would become a doctor. Thank you. And finally, before I have a little sip of orange, this is called The Nature of Culture. When I first came to the great land of the British Isles, known as England, I was a poor little Irish hick from the back of beyond, and one of the first people I encountered was a rather rotund vicar. When I say rather rotund vicar, I mean obsessively obese vicar. When I say obsessively obese vicar, I mean the Michelin Man bib come to life in the very flesh. And the curious thing about my vicar was that he was not interested at all in a vicar. We were discussing faith, and he said, I have no faith whatsoever. I don't believe in it, but I am a very good actor, and if I may say so myself, I act a damn good vicar. And acting a damn good vicar means I can be a better vicar than many a vicar who does have the faith. And I said, well, so what do you like then? And he said, my garden. When I'm in my garden, I'm in heaven. And indeed, he had the most luscious, voluptuous roses that one has ever seen. You'd look at them and think, oh my God, I'm in love with a rose. You know, interspecies things like that don't usually work out. But it's a thorny problem. So he told me what made his garden grow. So this is my vicar on the nurture of culture. Have you a working pulse? He asked of his petunias. He went away cold as a snowball. he told his gladioli. They positively beam at him. Yes, yes, he pontificates. Flowers like Shakespeare best, especially Pericles and other minor plays, rather than the Great Dane or, say, Othello. The herbs prefer Gilbert and Sullivan. Really? Right, sorry. Poor wandering one, though you are sad and lonely. No, no, my son! Spoken, not sung! Oh, sorry. Poor wandering one, though you are sad. And sometimes a little dash of nall colored. What compulsion compels them, and who the hell tells them? No, no, my son! Spoken, not sung. Sorry, right. What compulsion compels them, and who the hell tells them? What could I say? His voice produced such a fecundity, such a fertility, that his word could not be doubted. Oh yes, plants like to be spoken to, but prefer a little culture. Thank you.